What it do, YouTube? It's your girl Jay, and I'm back at it again with another video. As you read by the title, you already know what this video is pertaining to. If you're new to our channel, make sure you go ahead and hit that bell so you can stay notified when we post new videos, pranks, challenges, giveaways, game nights, anything like that. Make sure you hit that bell. If you're a returning user, make sure you go ahead and like this video, comment down below, tell a friend about a dose of Doolin J. But I just kind of want to get, before I get started, do not say nothing about my hair. I just took my braids out. If you guys are real supporters, you know that I have braids a lot. So I just took my hair out, and this topic has been on my mind for the past few days, and I just really wanted to talk about it while it's still fresh in my mind and all that stuff. So if some of you guys have me on social media, you've recently seen that I was asking for prayers for my mom, and I didn't really speak on exactly what happened. A few people asked me, and I told a few people, but more like close people, family. But my mom recently. So before I even want to get into what happened, let's back up and go to. So she's been sick. She was sick for a few days. Yeah, she was sick for a few days, and Sunday, I was talking to my sister, and my sister was telling me, like, yeah, mom is still sick, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, me and my dad both agreed that she should go to at the barbershop too, by the way, so that's all the noise you hear in the background. But my dad and myself agreed that she should go to urgent care or the hospital to be checked out, like you're not feeling good. So she went to urgent care, and she was there probably for like an hour and a half, and they did an EKG. They talked to her about her family history, and the conclusion that they came with, if I pause, it's because there's a lot of background noise and I want you guys to be able to hear me. But the doctors came up to the conclusion that she was having indigestion or heartburn or acid reflux. So they prescribed her a medication to help, told her to take that and she should be fine. 2 days before that, she's been throwing up, haven't been feeling good, not having a lot of energy, needing support to like stand. And I talked to my sister, and my sister was snapping me, and she snapped a video of my mom, and I just knew something was like, she wasn't like how she normally is. I noticed that she was just like, just sick, like I could tell in her face. I could just see how she was looking, like she just didn't feel good. And I don't care who it is, like if you're my family, if I care about you, if you're someone close to me, I hate seeing them in those vulnerable states. So I was telling my sister, I'm like, yeah, you can tell she doesn't feel good, like how she looks. I was saying I could tell like how she looked, that she wasn't feeling good, and like you could just tell. So they're like, yeah, she doesn't feel good, blah blah blah. And so my dad wanted to surprise my mom and get her a car, which I won't spoil the car and everything like that, but he wanted to like make her feel better, because for the last couple of days she was just not feeling good, and who wants to see your significant other, you know, suffering or feeling like that, knowing you can't control or do anything about it. So he decided to go to car lot and buy her a car. And so he was down there doing the paperwork while she was in the hospital and stuff, or the emergency urgent care. So she was doing all that. He told her to meet her there, or meet him there. She went, and so my sister was there and my dad was there. So I got to hear how they both seen and viewed her at the time. So my dad said he noticed that she was just like really like out of it. Like he said she was leaned back all the way in the car in the seat and just was like sweating and just like drained of energy. And my sister said the same thing, like she didn't really want to walk around that much and she just wasn't feeling good. So my dad was like, okay, just go home and I'll just see you later or whatever. I'll bring the car home or whatever. So at this time, my sister's like telling me like, yeah, we're just gonna go home. Mom's not feeling good. And I'm like, okay, like I'm sure the medicine should have started helping by now, but you know, I'm not thinking anything the doctor said. Like she's good. It's not anything major. Like just take this medicine. So we go to, or they go home, and probably like an hour after that, maybe 30, 45 minutes, my sister calls me and is like, we're taking Mama to the emergency room. I'm waiting on Daddy. She's like she's like really sick. She's saying her chest with her heart rate. And so at this time I'm like worried, like, what do you mean she's saying her chest with her heart? Like I have so many questions, but my sister's young and I'm not trying to freak her out. All my siblings is around, like wondering what's wrong with our mom. So like I'm just trying to be the positive one and try to stay as positive as I can in this situation. Mind you, I'm high risk pregnancy. I don't want to stress too much. I don't want to overwork my baby. I don't, you know. So when she told me that they're going to the hospital, I'm just like, is she okay? Like what's wrong? And like she was like, she's saying her heart and her chest hurts. So I'm just like, what the freak? Like what could this be? So just literally on FaceTime with me. She's helping her put clothes on. And I hear my dad come in and he's like, are you okay? What's wrong? Like how his voice sounded was like, I knew something was like not right. So then she's like, I'm gonna call you back, we're gonna take her. So I'm like, okay. So they take her to the emergency room and I'm telling my sister like, keep me updated, let me know what they say, let me know when you get there, like let me know. So because I know due to COVID, like I can't be there, like my dad probably the only person can be there, like I know we all can't be there. So my sister's like, okay, 20 minutes later, maybe 30, maybe it was like a short period of time, my sister's like crying, FaceTimes me again, crying. The video's breaking up because she's in hospital, you know, it's bad connection. She's crying and she's like, Nate, you gotta get here, like please, like hurry, like come right now. And I'm like, at this point I'm just like freaking out. So then she hangs up on me and I'm like, what the hell, like what's going on? Like at this point I'm scared, like what's going on? Like why are you crying? Like what's going on? So I'm just like sitting there like puzzled, like don't know what to do, like I don't know how to feel right at this moment. Like I'm like just not knowing what's going on. So then my dad calls me. He's crying. He's like, you need to get here right now. Like, please get here fast. Get here right away. And so at this point, I just know something's not right. Like, something is bad. And at this point, I'm like really scared. Like, I have a million and one thoughts going through my head. I'm like trying to like think of anything that I feel like could be possible, and I'm like, I just don't know what's going on. So I'm just like rushing, scrambling, trying to hurry up and get out the house. Like we did like literally like 110 on the freeway through the freaking hazard lights, going like flying through traffic. Like I'm just like, we need to get there. So end up getting a ticket too, by the way. Like got right there's like the light right before the hospital, and there's a red light, of course, but I'm like, I'm right here, like I need to get there. We go through it, the light flashes, so I expect a ticket in the mail, but whatever. But I get to the hospital, and like I can't get home with my sister. I'm like, okay, so I'm like trying to tell my dad that I'm there. And the guy says, when I'm on the FaceTime with my dad, well, technically we only can have one visitor here at a time. I'm just like freaking out, like I'm here, like I need to know what's going on with my mom. I'm like stressed at this point, so the chaplain comes back and gets me. People are looking like, how is she going to the back? Like, whatever. So I get to the back, and the chaplain's just like, you can be in here with your family, blah, blah, blah. So I'm looking at my dad and my sister. My sister is just like completely out of it. She's literally bawling her eyes out, mascara smeared everywhere, and I'm just like, what's going on? Like, I'm literally scared at this point. I see my dad was crying, and I'm just like, what's going on? Like, tell me, like, something. So then my dad tells me my mom had a heart attack, and they lost her pulse, and they had to resuscitate her, and do CPR, and it hurt me so bad. It hurt me so bad because like she just went to the doctors. Like, why didn't they catch this? Like, why didn't they see anything like this? Like, it really just like really took a toll on me, like, quick. And I'm sitting here stressed, like, okay, so like, where is she? What's going on? And like, I have all these questions. And so the chaplain was trying to make it lighter of the situation, like making little jokes and like kidding around and stuff. And like, we're all just like, dude, we're not laughing. Like, nothing is funny at this moment. Like, nothing at all. And like, to hear somebody say that about your mom, she lost her pulse. I literally, like, I lost it. It's like everything started flashing in my head, and like I had all these thoughts in my head about everything that was going on, and I'm just thinking like, what do you mean? Like, nothing was like making sense to me. And like, I'm just like, no, I can't accept, like, what do you mean no pulse? Like, it was just like really just unreal to me. And I was just thinking, like, I just lost my baby 6 months ago. Like, I like, no, my mom helped me get through that. Like, no, I couldn't accept that. I couldn't. I just didn't want to hear, like, it was like the worst thing I've ever dealt with. I thought losing a child was like, and is, but to lose my mom, like, no, I'm not accepting that. Like, I was just so shocked and just like, I didn't know what to say. I couldn't even talk. I felt like I was just like, just silent, and the tears were just coming out. My cries was just coming out. I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know, like, I was just so hurt. And like, I'm trying to be strong. My sister's right here next to me. Like, I couldn't. My dad's hurting. I couldn't. Like, she's such a good woman. I just couldn't believe that happened to her. And the fact that it wasn't fair. Like, it was just hurting me so bad. So they were in there for a good, I couldn't tell you how long my dad and my sister was, but I came shortly after they told me everything that happened. And yeah, we probably waited for like a good 45 minutes, and then a doctor came in and was like, well, she suffered from a heart attack and we lost her pulse. Same thing my dad told me. But he was just like, she's sick bad, like, she's really sick, it's bad, like, he just kept saying that, and it was just like scaring me, like, what are you implying, what are you saying, like, please break it down, because all these big terms we're using, these medical terms, I need to hear it in layman's terms, I need to know what's going on with my mom. And like, in the middle of telling us, because he was saying that he wasn't sure what it could be. And she was having seizures. And so they were like explaining everything to us. And in the middle of like telling us, then we hear like alarms and stuff go off. And all of a sudden he gets up and leaves out the room. So I'm just like sitting there like, what is going on? I didn't know at the moment, I wasn't paying attention, but later on, come to find out, he rushed out of the room to go to my mom's room. And they were saying she was having seizures and they didn't know why. That they sedated her so that way she wouldn't be in pain. They had to put a ventilator tube down her throat so she could breathe. Like, that right there has been I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And we're literally sitting there. He comes back like in 30 minutes, 45 minutes, comes back. And he's like, well, we're gonna have to do surgery. She has a blocked artery. He said a specific one at the first time when he told us. He said she had a blocked artery that caused her to have a heart attack. And so another doctor comes in and like introduces himself, says a word of prayer with us, and he's like, we're both gonna tag team and get this done, and she's young, so hopefully she bounces back and can like recover from this like good, because some people don't, some people do, but she's young enough, she should. And that stuff is just messing with me. Like, I know it's good to hear like the truth of what could happen, but like at that time, at that moment, you don't want to accept it. And so I was just like, I don't want to hear about her not recovering properly or any of that. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that she's gonna make 100% recovery. She's good. Like, stop saying all that other stuff. Like, don't say that. And they were like, yeah, we're gonna do surgery to her, and then maybe you guys may get to see her afterwards. So we walk up to another family room in the ICU area, and we wait for like an hour, and they perform the surgery on her, which she didn't have open heart surgery or anything, but she did. They went through her leg, I believe, up to her heart, and they placed a stent in her heart because her artery was 100% blocked. And it pretty much like, arteries are literally like vein-like type things, and like you have a main one in your heart. You have two main ones actually, a left one and a right one, and one of hers were blocked. It's probably like this big. Like the start of it was like blocked, like this much of it was blocked 100%. so there was no blood flow going to her heart. So so a normal artery in the heart goes from, like, we'll just use my hand as an example. This is the top where the artery is, and it goes all the way down to here. Well, hers being blocked was just up here. And like probably went to like right here. It did not reach all the way down here. So that's what caused the heart attack. And I'll insert a picture so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. They put a stent to make it go from just here all the way down to here. A stent is basically a stent. A stent is basically like, it's kind of hard to explain because I didn't even know what it was until now. But it's kind of like a flexi mesh type, kind of like a tube, kind of, but it's just, it goes into the artery to open it up because it's like blocked, so it opens it up so the blood can be able to pass through. And so that's what they did. They kept telling us, so like, she's pretty sick, it's really bad, and this and that. I didn't want to hear any of that. I was just really just not in my right mind. And so we had to wait for her to come out of ICU or surgery room. And the doctors were great. The chaplain was great. The doctor who one of the doctors who performed the surgery was like, they're gonna wheel her right out here so you guys can come out in the hall and you guys will get a chance to see her. And seeing my mom was like that was one of the hardest things that I've ever encountered. Like, my mom and even my dad are like, and I know I might not have the closest relationship with either of them, but now I feel like I just have to change a lot of stuff because that feeling that I had was not good. But they mean the world to me. Like, seriously, they mean the world to me. And seeing her that vulnerable, like, just like, I got to touch her and feel her, and I just never want to see her like that ever again. Like, it made me have a different outlook on a lot of things, and like, it made me want to change the way I am to people. It made me want to change my relationships with people. It made me want to change the relationships I have with my siblings. Like, we gotta live our lives and we have to be together as one because you never know what tomorrow may bring. So there's just so much things that I want to say to her and do for her and let her know, like, I'm always here for you. Like, no matter what it is, just ask me, call me, whatever. Like, I don't care. So I just like have this picture of her being in that bed, all those wires hooked up to her, those tubes in her throat, like. It's so overwhelming. I'm just so happy that the doctors hospital, or if this didn't happen in the hospital, that it could have been deadly, it could have been fatal. So I'm just blessed my dad was able to get her there as fast as he could. And like, I'm pregnant. I don't want her to miss. I don't want, just so much stuff was going through my head. My dad, I've never seen him like he was. Like, I've never seen him like that. I never have. And that scared me. But he also was really strong, and he made me and my sister feel like everything was going to be okay. He kept reassuring us that everything was going to be okay. So we got to see her, and then they told us visiting hours were over, so we had to leave. So we left. It was so hard for me to sleep that night. I toss and I turn like every hour on the dot. I'm looking at the clock, like looking at my phone, like, do they call? Do they say anything? Like, man. So then, we were asking, like, can we see her like tomorrow? And they were like, no, because of COVID. It would just be one person every 24 hours. My dad's like, she has 6 kids, like, how's that gonna work? And so they don't care, you know, they're not making exceptions because of COVID. So I just thought, I'm like, my dad needs to be the one to be here with her. He needs to be the one to make sure she's okay and spend the most time with her. And so I just stepped up and, you know, looked after my siblings, have been looking after my siblings. I just call them all the time, check on them, you know, spend time with them, get them food, whatever the case may be. And I feel like I need to do that more. I don't need to do it when it's just situations like these. And yeah, like, yeah, you get older and you have your own life, but at the end of the day, you still have family that you need to pertain to, and, you know, let them know that you care about them and you love them, because, like I said, you never know what tomorrow may bring. But I just thank everybody that said a prayer for my mom, for my queen. Like, God heard us, and He turned things around. Like, so day two. I spent the whole day with my siblings. Went home and was running around. We just got a new mattress, but then yeah, it took forever. We was trying to get set up in our room. And it was late. I'm like, let me get something to eat. I'm so hungry. And so then I like get this weird FaceTime. It's like it says chaplain something, but I'm just like not processing what I'm reading or nothing. I'm just like, who's calling me at 10 o'clock? It's like 9:58. I'm like, I'm not gonna answer it. And then something's like, you need to answer it. So I'm like, okay, let me answer it. Answer the phone and it's her. She's like, hey man. I'm like, I got so freaking happy. Like, I did not expect that at all. Like, she made my day nice. I'm so happy. And she's been calling me for the last couple days, and it's just been feeling so good, because it's like, it's so unexpected, and it's like a great feeling to know that she's better, to know that she's progressing. It just feels great. Like, I just keep reassuring her, like, we love you, don't stress, like, get better, don't worry about, like, coming home doing anything, like, I got you. If I need to be there every day doing whatever, I will be, like, don't worry about it. Yeah, so it's going on 3 days now since everything's happened. She's supposed to get out very soon. They're still monitoring her heart and assessing to see if there's any damage that was done during the heart attack. So we're waiting on that. She doesn't remember some parts of that day. Well, I can't say some parts. She remembers the majority of the day, just pretty much the part leading up to her going to the emergency room. But it's okay. You don't need to remember it. I don't want you to have that traumatic memory in your mind. Like, don't worry about it. But she's been messaging me. We've been talking, and yeah, like, I just keep telling her we love her. Don't worry about anything. You got her. You got all the support you need. Like, anything you need, it's gonna be done. Don't worry about it. And so one of the doctors did mention that the reason this happened is because of her cholesterol levels and bad genetics, meaning from her parents, from her family, whoever had heart attacks, whatever. It's in your genetics. Yeah. So they were saying for me and my sister, we need to be checked to make sure we don't have high cholesterol. So like dieting, how we eat, our lifestyle, our choices, smoking, drinking, all that stuff plays a factor into it. And I just decided to change everything. Like, when I have the baby, I'm gonna do calorie diet. I'm not gonna eat as much stuff as I do now. Like, everything's gonna change. I'm even starting now, like, certain things, it's just, I'm not gonna do it anymore. It's harmful for myself in the long run. It's harmful for my children. It's harmful for just my family. So definitely gonna change things up and support my mom in this journey coming up, because it's gonna be challenging. It's something different. You live a certain way for so long and then be told you need to change. You can't do this. You can't do that. But I mean, it's gonna benefit her in the long run. So it doesn't matter to me at this point. Like, she's gonna have to accept it, and we're gonna have to fight through it, all of us together. My brothers and sisters, I love them so much. Like, they're such, like, they're so mature, and like, they're beautiful people. I love them so much. Like, these last few days, I got to have a bond and experience with them that I never really had before, and like, it brought us closer. I know I can depend on them. I know I can ask them to step up and be the bigger sibling. Like, I'm the oldest of us all, but they really showed their true colors to me as far as like being the big sibling. And I know I appreciate it because it's gonna take a stress and a load off my mom, our mom. And I know she'll appreciate it too. And like, for their ages, they are so mature. It's crazy to me, because I'm like, I don't even think at this age I was as mature as they are. So that's a blessing. I'm happy. Trying to think what else. Yeah, it's just, we're gonna take day by day, step by step. She's gonna have to do physical therapy. She's gonna have to wear a defibrillator, but vest. You know what that is? If you don't know what that is, it's pretty much like, it monitors your heart and your rhythm and all that type of stuff. And anytime it's not functioning how it's supposed to, or the levels are not where they need to be, it sends shocks to your heart to get it back to where it needs to be. So she'll be having to do that, physical therapy, and of course we're gonna change our diets up. Everything that's bad habits, we're gonna get rid of. We're just gonna change our lifestyles, all of us. Like, I don't expect her to do it by herself. We all have to be accountable. We all have to do it together. That's the only way it's gonna work. And that's the only way that she's gonna feel motivated to want to do it, you know? So we're all gonna work through it together. I thank my dad so much for just being strong like he has been, and just being the backbone and the rock that we all needed, because this has been hard. And this has been very hard. And he's been going through so much. He's been doing so much at one time, like managing jobs, managing taking care of the kids, managing still trying to work, managing finishing this paperwork for this vehicle. Like, it's just been so much stuff at one time. And he's been such a, like, go-getter. Like, he's just been getting it done. No complaints, just doing it. And I commend him. Like, you're so strong. You are just great. Like, I couldn't ask for a better father. Like, thank you for everything that you've done and have been doing for us, our family. But I just wanted to give you guys this little story time and let you guys know what's been going on, because it's been really hard to talk about. And of course, I'm getting permission from my mom before I drop this video, just in case she doesn't want it to be public. But if I do post it, that means she said yes. So I don't want to hear nothing about, maybe you should talk. No, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. But I'll insert a clip of what the blocked artery looks like so you guys can know and see. And y'all just stay tuned right here is enough of letting you guys know what happened. But I'm not doing this video for clout. I'm not doing this video for anything but to let people know that when you're having bad health problems that you need to take it serious, because ignoring the signs may be bad. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video more to inform people. Like, make sure the people that you love and you care about, you talk to, you spend time with, you do everything that you want to do, because like I said, you never know. And you don't want to have any regrets. So yeah, I'm just making this video to inform everybody. Stay on top of your health, go get checked out. Don't take one answer for a definite answer, because you never can be too sure. And I'm slowly learning that every day. So that being said, this is an exclusive story time video with your girl Jay. If you're new to this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can stay in the loop when I'm posting new videos, all that. You don't want to miss out. If you're a returning visitor, make sure you like this video, comment down below, share this video, bring awareness to this situation, you guys, and keep my mom in your prayers. Like, just pray that she has a fast recovery. Pray that from here on out she has like a great life, because she's our rock, she's our backbone, she's our everything. So just keep my queen in your presence, keep her in your prayers, please. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, see you in the next video.